essential. And this is a matter of concern, as you have said, and I know some of the churches are already doing that, and they are in the forefront as far as this is concerned. And occasionally we do have occasions of speaking about these subjects, sex and sex education, and also how to take ourselves and carry ourselves in this area. And it is very important that we intensify our efforts in this area. That is a good challenge.
The situation I've seen is that churches are setting up their own radio stations for their own listeners and ignoring the other mass radios. And I'm wondering whether that's not a kind of not being more impactful.
Yes, but I have to say at times that the media does not value the teachings of the church because it is not sensational, and at the same time it demands responsibility on the part of people, because people want facility today. They want just to hear things what they want to hear.
Yeah.
So we've got now to see and devise and come up with an innovative approach. And I'm calling on the media to be able to get the church a voice today, because not only the church but other social groups that can really come out with ethical principles that would help the nation to grow, to develop itself, and to be able, as I said earlier, to be able to be an example to other places.
Douglas from Mr. Lee. Amikata. Douglas. Okay. Douglas, try and get in touch with us again. Would love to hear what your question or comment was. I know you launched a strategic plan a couple of years ago,
yes,
and one of your key objectives was engagement. Looking at this conference now and what the expectations are for this conference, is it in line?
It is very much in line.
And what exactly? Just give us a glimpse of what the expectations are.
I think what we need today is a strong and robust presence on the ground.
As CAPA?
Because CAPA is only the coordinating body of the Anglican provinces in Africa. Right. We are there as a platform to be able to support, to sustain, and to give the tools. And we are being helped by other people, other donors around the world. And so it is important for us to see that the presence of the church, wherever they are, can be really proactive, at the same time efficient in its struggle against it.
Dan from Kibera, is he there?
Yes, hi Jimmy.
Hi Dan, how are you? Welcome to Part Breakfast.
Your question over there.
Yeah.
I wanna appreciate what the church is doing, first of all. Yeah, because the special public is being lost. If the family institution have not realized what to do with the HIV and AIDS.
Okay, Dan, I'm going to ask you to just turn down the volume on your television and then ask the question so you can hear it properly. Yeah? Just turn down the volume on your TV and then ask the question.
Are you there?
Okay.
Yeah, let me ask the clergy.
Yes.
What actually they will do in HIV-prone areas like the slums, and those who are really prone to HIV and AIDS. And let me appreciate them, because the family institution has actually lost the job of socializing the youth into realizing what they should do about HIV and AIDS. Please answer my question over there.
Good work.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. What will you do? What's your strategy for HIV-prone areas like the slums? HIV-prone areas like the slums. What is your strategy as CAPA in alleviating
informal settlement?
Yes, perhaps the chairman of the board would be able to.
As a church.
Well, we have churches in the slum areas, and these churches tackle this challenge of HIV and AIDS. And usually they have a committee which would deal with HIV and AIDS. And then, in those especially in the slums, in Kibera and in Madare and other places. And the churches are very active in that teaching. They are teaching, but the situation, we need the government also to come up and work with us so that we can improve the social standards of the people.
That's right.
Because the collaboration we are talking about is so that when we are fighting HIV and AIDS, we are also fighting poverty. We want to improve the social standards of our people. and the economic needs of these people. Because the situation of housing and also lifestyle must be improved if we have got to come out of this problem properly and once and for all.
Another call from Kibera. Washira?
Hello.
Hi, Washira. Welcome to Power Breakfast Show. You have a question or comment? Hello? Okay, he's gone. So
Let me ask a question about the engagement of the youth in the Anglican Church, particularly. If you look at if you go to rural areas, particularly, you find that young people may not necessarily be very interested in going to those there's in quote conservative churches like the Anglican Church, the Presbyterians, the Catholics. They would rather go to the mushrooming new churches, the evangelicals, where they have a lot of activity.
That's right.
But if I go to my village where I come from, in Eastern Province in Kenya, I don't feel like going to that church because they preach the way they were preaching in 1940. And they don't change. So how do you, so that you can catch these young people?
How do you excite them?
How do you excite the people?
I think today, yes, in my country, it's the same phenomenon.
Yeah.
So I think that we've got to listen to the needs of our young people today, and we've got to be able to come to their level, and at the same time engage into conversations, because at times the way we do things is not necessarily appropriate for them. So we've got to see how best we can help them to come to terms with their own faith, with their own searching of a sense of purpose to their life. This is the main task of the church, to be able to be present with the people, to be able to be part of them. Because at times what happens is that the church is very far away from the people. I myself, I believe that we should be a servant church. We should be there where the people are. Jesus Christ was at the marketplace. And this is where we have to be.
Yes. We need to work very much with the youth.
That's right.
The youth are the leaders of today and tomorrow. And we must give them good foundation. And in the Anglican Church, I've said now and then, we must actually care for the youth. And we must let the youth dance in the church. Because if we don't allow them to dance in the church and they feel happy, they will go somewhere else and do the same. And so we should organize games like football, volleyball, and other sports, because this is very important. These areas, when youth meet, they can do discussions, they can be free to one another. And also, you get your future partners in such areas. Where else will they get their future partners? And so, these things are very important.
In my own diocese, the young people have come to us and said, we want to meet the clergy. And they had half a day with us. They led the discussion. Wow. And now they have come out with their own strategic plan, and we are helping them to put that plan into practice. And the other thing, as chairman of CAPA, one of my vision is to be able to all, by 2011, Congress for the young Anglican Africans, because they are the one who can really lead us into the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Is All Saints Cathedral part of the Anglican Church?
Yeah, All Saints Cathedral is the headquarters.
The reason why I was asking is because Johnson Mokazi is actually a very youthful, charismatic church leader in the All Saints Cathedral. If you've had an opportunity of seeing him, you can see him now, because he's next with our news. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.